Ladies and gentlemen, the athletic director of the WCS Sports Conference, Dr. Jeremy Qualls.
Hello and welcome everybody to the third annual WILLCO's, man. What a fantastic red carpet walk that we just had. Please give all these athletes a round of applause, how great they looked. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Very special night for the WCS Sports Conference, my favorite night of the year. Our MC of the evening, Hope Hines, is no stranger to the WILLCO's. CBS News Channel 5 for 32 years in Nashville, Tennessee. Hope went behind the scenes, interpreting the trends for fans of all sports and bringing insights and interviews from the full spectrum of sports personalities. He has a mile-long list of things that he does for nonprofit organizations. He has won so many awards. He is our very best friend. Please give it up for Hope Hines.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that very warm welcome. Wow, what a night. What a night. I'm telling you, does Jerry and his crew not do a heck of a job? How about a nice hand for Jeremy and for everybody that puts this on year after year. This is my third year of hosting it, and you are part of it. And it's just going to be a great night for these young men and women who are going to be announced winners, and even those that were not winners, that were nominated. What a great night, a night that they will not ever forget as long as they live. And you're here to make a very, very special night for them. This is the third annual WILLCO's presented by Walker Chevrolet. A nice hand for Walker Chevrolet. All finalists will receive a WCS Sports Conference Challenge coin presented by Walker Chevrolet for being honored as a top student athlete in the WCS Sports Conference. I think you might see a coin there. Look at that. Nice, isn't it? There are some athletes not present tonight, and I think you know why. Due to the TSSAA Spring Fling State Championship qualifying, we wish them all the very best of luck. The following awards are the finalists for the fall sports seasons. I ask all the winners now of each category to join me and our hostesses on stage once I call your name after the video packages. Our hostesses are provided from the Franklin High School marketing class, courtesy of teacher Darren Jones. The WCS Sports Conference saw some finalists this fall with 8 football teams qualified for the state playoffs. That's a great number. 7 of the 8 survived the first round, most ever, and 5 of the 7 remaining teams survived round 2. Now, this run was capped off by a 5A state runner-up trophy with 29 straight victories by the Independence Eagles and Coach Scott Blade. Yay! I didn't know he was that popular. No, I'm kidding. The fall also produced the 12th state championships, TSSAA record, for the Brentwood volleyball team and Coach Barbara Campbell. This, by the way, was their 4th in a row. The Brentwood boys cross-country team won the AAA state championship and broke the TSSAA course record on their way to a national ranking as the Lady Raptors cross-country team of Ravenwood were AAA runners-up, as well as the Franklin Lady Rebels soccer team. How about that? All right, here we go. You ready to get on the way, ladies and gentlemen? Here we are. The finalists in the girls' cross-country category are
Addie Coggins, Independence High School, cross country.
Gigi Maddox, Page High School, track and field.
Annika Sleenhoff, Ravenwood High School, girls cross country.
And the WILLCO goes to Annika Sleenhoff, Ravenwood High School. Annika? Oh, here she is. Okay. Nice hand for Annika. All right, the finalists in the boys cross-country category are
Diego Zuazua, Nolensville High School, cross country.
Brody Hasty, cross country, Brentwood High School.
Matthew Young, Franklin High School, boys cross country.
the WILLCO goes to Brody Hasty, Brentwood High School. Congratulations.
I'm with Annika, the winner of the Girls Cross Country Award. Annika, how cool is it to represent Ravenwood as the winner tonight?
It's awesome. I'm really happy.
Congratulations. Hope, back to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Wasn't she lovely? The finalists in the girls' golf category are
Taylor Qualls, Independence High School, golf.
Ann Catherine Blackburn, Ravenwood High School, golf.
Annie Paris, Brentwood High School, girls golf.
Mackenzie McGrath, Centennial High School, golf.
Would all of the finalists for this category please come to the stage? Okay. From here on out, ladies and gentlemen, all of the finalists need to come up on stage. As you're viewing the video behind me back here, just all of the finalists that are there, and then we will announce the winner. Okay, so here they are. This is the finalists in the girls' golf category. And the WILLCO goes to Annie Paris, Brentwood High School. Let's continue. The finalists in the boys' golf category are
Brody Hasty is next to me backstage. Brody, what does winning this award tonight as the male cross-country runner of the year mean to you?
It's a very big honor because I feel that I worked very hard all cross-country season, so it's just good to, get recognized for that.
It obviously paid off. Hope?
Thank you very much. All right, the finalists in the boys' golf category are
Trenton Johnson, Brentwood High School, golf.
John Korjenik, Page High, golf.
Michael Shears, Franklin High School, golf.
And here they are. And the WILLCO goes to Trenton Johnson, Brentwood High School.
Annie Paris, the official female golfer of the year, is with me backstage. Annie, you're a senior. Where are you going next year?
I'm going to go play golf at Rhodes College in Memphis.
What do you hope to accomplish next year there?
They're the back-to-back national champions, so I hope to continue that legacy.
Well, that's a big honor. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hope?
All right. The finalists in the volleyball category are
Bree Carlton, Franklin High School, volleyball.
Lainey Van Treese, Page High, volleyball.
Logan Eggleston, volleyball, Berwyn High School.
And here they are. And the Wilco goes to Logan Eggleston, Brentwood High School.
Trenton was the youngest nominee in the golf category, and he got the award. You were a AAA state champion. Can you just go through that experience?
It was awesome, the whole experience and winning. It was awesome, especially with my team there. It was awesome.
Well, as a sophomore, that's a very big accomplishment. We can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Yeah, can't wait.
Congratulations. Hope, back to you on the stage.
Hey, winning question, always throw it back to me. All right, the finalists in the defensive football category are
Connor Polk, Franklin High School football.
David Demke, Independence, football.
Chris Dahl, Page High School, football.
Hey, it's okay to smile. You can do that. And the Wilco goes to David Demke, Independence High School.
Logan Eggleston is with me, the official volleyball female athlete of the year. What was the biggest contributing factor to your success this season?
I'd have to say my coaches and my teammates, they're always just pumping me up and making me better every day.
As you said earlier, Hope, I'm always throwing it back to you.
And now the finalists in the offensive football category are
Brandon Hines, Independence, football.
Jake Bether, Fairview High School, football.
Ty Carter, Summit High School, Offensive Player of the Year.
Are you guys ready? I love this guy's name. Wilco goes to Brandon Hines, Independence High School.
David, football player of the year. Where are you headed next year?
I'm postponing my college, and I'm serving a 2-year mission. I'm on a mission I'm going to be serving in the Marshall Islands. That's islands like the Pacific Ocean, and yeah, spreading the gospel.
What do you hope to gain out of an experience like that?
Spiritual experience, I think just soaking up the whole culture. It's going to be excited.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Congrats. Hope.
Finalists in the football player of the year category are
Christian LaBreche, Berwyn High School, Berwyn football.
Landon Guidry, Independence High School, football.
Ty Carter, Summit High School, football.
And the Wilco goes to Landon Guidry, Independence High School.
Offensive Player of the Year, is headed to Tennessee on Monday as a preferred walk-on. Are you excited, nervous? What do you feel about moving on Monday?
I think a little bit of both. I'm kind of nervous, but mostly excited. It's a new experience, and I can't wait.
You're going to do great things. Back to the stage.
Congratulations. The finalists in the girls' soccer category are
Emma Sanders, Page High School, soccer.
Julie Garst, Independence Soccer.
Carly Pascal, Ravenwood High School, girls soccer.
Peyton Caprice, Franklin High School, girls soccer.
There they are. And the WILLCO goes to Peyton Dupriest, Franklin High School. We're going to take time right here to say thank you to Buffalo Wings and Rings and Berry Farms Chiropractic as some of the WCS Sports Conference proud partners. A nice round of applause, please. All right, we're switching gears here a little bit. The following WILLCOs are in the winter sports category. The finalists in the girls' basketball category are
Holly Harris, Franklin High School, basketball.
Faith Wilkin, Page High School, basketball.
Until Fly, Centennial High School, girls basketball.
Kira Downey, Ravenwood High School, girls basketball.
And the WILLCO goes to Kiara Downey, Ravenwood.
I'm with Landon, the Football Player of the Year. Independence just won 3 in a row, and I can hear them out there. What does this mean to your school?
I just hope that it shows everyone all of our hard work and dedication for the past 4 years, especially with my class. And I'm just so thankful that, it's paying off tonight and everyone sees that. So,
congratulations. Hope?
I'm just standing here listening to these questions and answers, and I got to tell you, these young people are doing much, much better than I ever did when I first started back as young as they were. And these guys and gals are giving some great answers. All right, the finalists in the boys' basketball category are
Nick Burns, Page High School, basketball.
Kellen King, boys basketball, Ravenwood High School.
Grayson Murphy, Independence basketball.
John Carter, Summit High School, basketball.
And the WILLCO goes to Grayson Murphy of Independence High School.
Peyton and Kiera, the soccer and basketball female athlete winners. How has your coach contributed to your spot here tonight?
Well, Coach Mike definitely has pushed me harder in practice every single day and given me the confidence to perform during games.
Coach Harris is always there, and she's always pushed me hard ever since my freshman year. So, she's been there through the process, through recruiting and everything. So, I guess that's how.
Awesome job, you guys. Hope, back to you.
And the finalists now in the girls' wrestling category are
Peyton Marsh, girls wrestling, Page High.
Zanea Shropshire, Independence High School, wrestling.
And the Wilco goes to Zanaya Shropshire.
Grayson Murphy is the male basketball player of the year. You're a senior. You had 2,093 career total points. That's the second highest in Williamson County history. What does that mean to you?
Means a lot. I wouldn't do it without my teammates and coaches, so yeah, it was a fun year.
What does this mean to your school?
It means a lot. It just shows how far our basketball team has come from freshman year to senior year.
Congratulations. Thank you. Back to the stage.
And now the finalists in the boys wrestling category.
Houston Tidewater, Page High School, wrestling.
Isaiah DeMello, Independence High School, wrestling.
Jack Schrader, Franklin High School, wrestling.
You don't want to mess with these guys. And the Wilco goes to Jack Schrader of Franklin High School.
I'm with Zanaya, the female wrestler of the year. What does winning this award tonight mean to you?
Winning this award means a lot to me because it shows that if I put in work, then I could do anything.
We appreciate it. Congratulations. Hope?
Finalists in the girls bowling category now.
Madison Brinson, Independence Bowling.
Cami Barber, girls bowling, Brown High.
Katie Carpenter, Summit High School Bowling.
And the Wilco goes to Cami Barber, Brentwood High School.
Jack Schrader had the wrestling match of the year in state. Can you just take us through that match?
Well, I've been wrestling since I was 5 years old, and a couple years ago I watched my brother become a Tennessee state champion, and so there was a lot of nerves going on. I was really nervous, but it's what I trained for my whole life, so I just went out there confident and relaxed and did what I came to do. It was really fun.
We're so proud of you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hope?
These guys are good. The finalists in the boys bowling category are
Justin Hammers, Brentwood High School bowling.
Brandon Buckley, Page High, bowling.
Michael Cruson, Summit High School bowling.
And the Wilco goes to Michael Cruson, Summit High School. Cruson, I'm sorry.
Cami Barber has been a nominee for girls bowling for all 3 years that we've had the Wilcos, and she's finally won the award. Has it been a long time coming?
All I gotta say is third time's a charm.
That's all. What does winning the award tonight mean to you?
It just shows you that hard work pays off, and that's all.
We're so glad you're here again. Hope?
All right. The finalists now in the cheer category are
Laura Province, cheer, Brentwood High School.
Aaron Gardner, Franklin High School cheer.
Hannah Dela, Ravenwood High School, cheerleading.
And the Wilco goes to Aaron Gardner of Franklin High School.
Michael, the boys bowler of the year, is with me backstage. Who do you contribute winning this award tonight to?
Definitely to my team. You know, they've been with me the entire year, and we've just really fought the entire year and made each other better. So definitely to my team.
In what ways does the bowling team support you during a match?
We all get rowdy when we're all bowling, and whenever we hit strikes, we all cheer for each other. It's just a great atmosphere to be in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope?
We're now ready for the finalists in the dance category.
Claire Hamplin, Centennial High School, dance. Chloe Mannix, Brentwood High School, dance.
Haley Diggs, Ravenwood High School, dance.
And the Wilco goes to Haley Diggs, Ravenwood High School.
Aaron Gardner is cheerleader of the year. How has it been cheering on the sidelines for the Franklin Rebels all these years?
It's been really amazing. There's nothing like cheering on Franklin football and basketball and just feeding off of the crowd's energy. It's just really amazing.
And the season really is all year long, so have you enjoyed it the whole year?
Oh, definitely. It was a lot of work and it was really time consuming, but it was the best way to spend my year.
This award is well deserved. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope, back to you.
All right. This concludes the fall portion of the Wilcos. So if you would, help me thank some of our sponsors tonight. That would be Adidas, Matthews Team Sports, for making this event so special for the WCS Sports Conference athletes. Come on, we can do better than that. Nice hand for these, yes. Got to pump those sponsors without them. We can't do what we do. All right, the following are in the spring sports categories. The finalists in the girls' tennis category are
Summer Henry, Brentwood High School, girls tennis.
Michaela May, Page High School, tennis.
Emma Mars, Ravenwood High School, tennis.
And the Wilco goes to Summer Henry, Brentwood High School. I didn't even let her get on stage, did I?
Dancer of the Year, Haley Diggs, is next to me backstage. Haley is a senior and headed to Cincinnati to dance for them next year. Now, they just won nationals. How excited are you to be a part of this great team?
I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a goal of mine for a long time, so it's really special that I get to pull through with it.
How long have you known you wanted to go to Cincinnati?
Since around middle school, when we started to go watching them at nationals, it was really fun, and I knew that it was something that I definitely wanted to do.
Congratulations. Hope?
The finalists now in the boys' tennis category are
Isaac May, Page High, tennis.
Sam Fisher, Brentwood High School, tennis.
Cliff Herring, Ravenwood High School, tennis.
And the Wilco goes to Sam Fisher, Brentwood High School.
Summer Henry is the winner of Girls Tennis Player of the Year. Who is your biggest role model?
Probably Roger Federer, just because he's really good, my favorite.
What has been the biggest contributing factor to your success this year?
Like my teammates help a lot. They're really supportive, and my coach too. It's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hope.
All right. The finalists in the girls' track category are
Gigi Maddox, Page High School, track and field.
Addie Coggins, Independence High School, track.
Riley White, Ravenwood High School, track and field.
And the WILLCO goes to Riley White, Ravenwood High School.
Sam Fisher is playing tennis for the University of Alabama next year. How excited are you to be in Tuscaloosa on this team?
I'm very excited. It's a great team, great players, great coaches. So, real tied.
What made you choose this school?
It's a hell of a lot better than Tennessee. So, that's all I'm saying.
All right, that's all. Enough said. Hope.
And he's wearing a blue vest. Oh, me. That's not the way you want to start your college career, young man, especially in Nashville, Tennessee. No. All right, the finalists in the boys' track category are
Jackson Brin, boys track, Brown High School.
Jake Merriman, Fairview High School, track and field.
TJ Sheffield, Independence High School, track and field.
Elijah Dryer, Ravenwood High School, men's track and field.
Davis Bove, Centennial High School, track.
And the WILLCO goes to TJ Sheffield of Independence.
Riley White is the official winner for girls track. What does winning this award tonight mean to you and your team?
I'm just honored to win, and it's just a really big accomplishment, and hard work pays off.
Awesome. Hope, back to you.
Finalists now in the boys' soccer category are
Joseph Malloy, Franklin High School, boys soccer.
Blake Sams, Ravenwood High School, soccer.
Nick Burns, Page High School, soccer.
And the WILLCO goes to Joseph Malloy, Franklin High School.
I'm here with TJ Sheffield, boys track winner. Now, you're only a sophomore, but you've already committed to the University of Tennessee. What made you choose this school?
Going down there and visiting was amazing, and the fan base was amazing, and going down there to see the coaches and meeting them, it was great. So.
Well, I wish you the best of luck for the rest of high school and college. Congratulations. Back to the stage.
And now the finalists in the softball category. They are
Jenna Johnson, Page High School, softball.
Hannah Koenig, Brentwood High, softball.
Macy Lyle, Ravenwood High School, softball.
Ready? The Wilco goes to Hannah Koenig of Brentwood High School. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, some of our finalists are in the spring fling, so they could not be here with us tonight. All right, we're ready now for the finalists in the baseball category, and they are.
Robert Hassel, Independence High School, baseball.
Peyton Wigginton, Page High School, baseball.
Kyle Brennan, Centennial High School, baseball. Lofton Cotton, Franklin High School, baseball.
Pretty good looking lineup, huh? The Wilco goes to Robert Hassel, Independence High School. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome and congratulate all of the Wilco finalists and winners for the 2016-17 year. And Anna, we're going to go back to you. I get to toss it to you, Anna Glenn.
Hannah Koenig is next to me backstage as a softball player of the year. How has your coach contributed to your spot here tonight?
She's always pushing me every day in practice and always encouraging me, and I know that she's going to help me work harder, and we're going to keep getting better.
This is a well-deserved award. Hope, back to you.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me say thank you to some of our sponsors tonight, Spring Tree Media and John Mayer Builders. Nice hand for these. All right, here we go with the following now are the finalists for the WCS Sports Conference Female Athlete of the Year.
Kira Downey, Ravenwood High School.
Logan Eggleston, Brentwood High School.
Riley White, Ravenwood High School.
Summer Henry, Brentwood High School.
They're nervous. And the Female Athlete of the Year goes to Logan Eggleston of Brentwood High School.
Robert is the baseball player of the year as a freshman. What does it mean to win this award so young?
It feels awesome. I like to swim with the big fish, but I wish those guys the best of luck in their careers.
Congratulations. Best of luck to you as well.
Thank you.
Hope?
At least he didn't trash anybody. All right, now the following are the finalists for the WCS Sports Conference Male Athlete of the Year.
Jack Schrader, Franklin High School.
Grayson Murphy, Independence.
TJ Sheffield, Independence High School.
Brody Hasty, Brentwood High School.
Can you handle this? Oh, yeah. The Wilco goes to Grayson Murphy of Independence High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. We're going back to Anna. I'm sorry.
Logan, this is your second award of the night. You are Female Athlete of the Year. That's a pretty big award, if I say so myself. What does it mean to win it next to the stiff competition you're standing on stage with?
It means a lot because the girls standing beside me have all worked hard this year, and I have soon. It's just great to be recognized for that.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Hope?
Now, please welcome to the stage to present the WCS Sports Conference Coaches of the Year, Dr. Mike Looney, who is the WCS Superintendent of Schools.
Good evening. What a wonderful evening to be spending with you tonight. The amazing part of this is school is out and all these athletes are still at school, so to speak. Before we go further introducing the female coaches of the year and the male coaches of the year, I just wanted to pause for a second and thank all the coaches, volunteer and paid coaches, that give countless hours to groom, to mentor, and to improve the athletic prowessness of our athletes. So all coaches, let's give them a round of applause. And to be very honest with you, there's oftentimes coaches that we don't recognize because moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and uncles and aunts, those of you that ferry the boys and girls or the athletes to practice when there's not bus transportation provided or provide supervision, provide the meals, you are coaches as well. So please stand and let us recognize you, parents and others. Don't be shy. Thank you so much. People oftentimes ask me why our school district is so special, and it's because of our parents' contributions to our schools. Coaches, as female coaches, as I call your names, I'm going to ask that you please join me on stage. So here are the finalists for the WCS Sports Conference Female Coaches of the Year. First, from Centennial High School, girls basketball coach, Coach Tony Hill. From Brentwood volleyball coach, Coach Barbara Campbell. And from Brentwood softball's program, Coach Erica Powell. As they're coming to the stage, I want to say just a few things about them. Coach Tony Hill, Centennial Girls Basketball. Coach Hill recently completed his 4th season at Centennial High School. Since coming to Centennial, the program has experienced its first 2 winning seasons in girls basketball school history. This past season, the CH girls basketball team accomplished 8 school records, which include the following: most single season wins in school history, highest regular season district finish, first district tournament win, first district tournament runner-up finish, first region tournament appearance, first region tournament win, first region tournament runner-up finish, and first sectional tournament appearance. Let's give Coach Tony Hill a round of applause. Coach Campbell, I'm not even sure that this could be accurate, but I'm going to say it anyways. This is her 29th year of coaching basketball or volleyball at Brentwood High School. This year, her volleyball team had a record of 50-4. They were District 11 AAA champs, Region 6 AAA champs, and a 4-peat AAA state champion team. During her coaching career, she has had 12 state championships, 7 state runner-ups, and has made 25 state tournament appearances. Her state tournament record is 88-19. And her overall record, get this, is 1,589 wins to 286 losses. 14 of her players have received the state tournament MVP award, and 5 players have won Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year award. Barbara won the A.F. Bridges Sportsmanship Coach of the Year award in 2000 and 2014. She currently holds the distinction of having the third most total wins in the nation. Coach Erica Powell, Brentwood softball. Erica Powell is in her second year as head coach at Brentwood High School. She is finishing up her 10th year as head coach and her 13th year as a teacher. In her 2 seasons at BHS, she has a record of 48, 26, and 2, with an overall record of 306 wins, 121 losses, and 3 ties. This year, she and her team won the District 11 AAA championship for the first time since 2008 and the Region 6 AAA championship last week. In her career, she has made 7 trips to the state tournament, has been named District 8A Coach of the Year 4 times, and was District 9 AAA Coach of the Year in 2012. 25 of her players have gone on to play at the collegiate level. The Lady Bruins have 30 wins this season and are playing in the AAA state tournament tomorrow. Let's give Coach Erica Powell a round of applause. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the WILLCO and WCS Sports Conference Female Coach of the Year, Barbara Campbell. Congratulations, coaches, and thank you for your service. And now on to the male Coach of the Year finalists. First, Coach Greg Glass. Greg, come forward. Coach Greg Shirley from Brentwood basketball. And finally, but certainly not last, Coach Scott Blade from Independence High School. As they're coming up, I will say a few words about these folks. Coach Greg Glass, Independence basketball. Coach Glass completed his 5th year as the head coach at Independence High School. He compiled a total record of 102 wins and 52 losses, which earned him a 20-win average per season. He was voted District 11 AAA Coach of the Year twice by his coaching peers. And after finishing last season with a record of 27-4 and earning the program's first District AAA championship and competing in the state sectional game, this year's team finished 24-11, winning 13 straight games while repeating as the district tournament champions, earning the first ever region tournament championship and getting to the AAA state tournament finals at MTSU. Congratulations, Coach. Coach Greg Shirley from Brentwood basketball. Coach Shirley just finished his 30th year of coaching with the last 2 years at Brentwood High School. He went from a 12-16 record his first year at Brentwood High School to a 26-9 record this year and made the state quarterfinal appearance. This year's team was ranked in the top 10 in the state and had the second best defensive average in the state of Tennessee. Coach Shirley came to Brentwood from Orlando, Florida, where his team was top 10 in the state 4 years in a row. He was in the Final 8 in the state 3 times, and where he is an inductee in the Hall of Fame. He has been a teacher for 32 years, a head coach for 13, and his career total wins are 234. Congratulations, Coach Shirley. Finally, I'd like to say something about Coach Blade. Coach Blade, in his 21st year of coaching, his 2016 record, as you all probably know, is 14-1. His overall coaching record is 116 wins, the 30 losses. Incredible, Coach. Highlights, he's the 6-time Region Coach of the Year, 2015 5A state champion, Coach and team at Independence High School, 2015 Titans Coach of the Year, 2015 Max Preps #1 team in the nation for medium-sized high schools, 2015 Max Prep Medium-Sized Coach of the Year, 2016 5A State Runner-Up at Independence High School, won 29 state games during 2015 and 16. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Coach Blade a round of applause. And let me introduce you to the 2016-17 school year Male Coach of the Year. It is Coach Greg Glass at Independence High School.
Independence High School football.
Greg Glass, head boys basketball coach, Independence High School.
Greg Shirley, Brentwood High School, boys basketball.
All right, is everybody having a good time tonight? Oh, man. Now, up next, special treat. I am going to introduce to you someone that you all know, you don't really know, but you will know, and you would like to know even more. Presenting our next award is someone fairly new to our community, but someone who in a short period of time has become very well known and highly respected around our state. John Robinson was named Tennessee Titans general manager in January of 2016 after spending the 2 previous seasons as director of player personnel with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And folks, he quickly oversaw one of the most dramatic drafts in franchise history that tripled the Titans' win total from the previous season, resulting in a 9-7 2016 season. John, along with head coach Mike Mularkey, followed 2016 with another solid 2017 draft class that very well could propel the Titans to where? Into the NFL playoffs this year. John and his wife Jamie and 2 daughters Taylor and Bailey are heavily involved in the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation of Middle Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome a native son from Union City, Tennessee, Titans GM John Robinson.
Thank you for having me. I'd like to echo something that Dr. Looney mentioned to the coaches in the room. You know, in my 15 or 16 years in the NFL, I've probably talked to over 5,000 NFL prospects, and inevitably, at least 95% of those prospects, when I ask them who the most influential person in their life is, it's usually their high school football coach. So another round of applause to all the coaches in here for what you do for the kids. As Hope mentioned, we took over a franchise, Coach Mularkey and I, back in January of 16 last year, a team that had won 5 games in the previous 2 seasons combined, and we quickly assessed what we needed to do to right the ship of the Titans organization. And we found the most important thing, well, they got to be pretty good at football, but the most important thing is that our players have a team-first attitude. That takes sacrifice, that takes dedication, and ultimately, it takes an attitude where you do what is best for the team when it might not be best for you individually. And that's the type of team that we're trying to build with the Titans. So with that being said, I've been asked to introduce the Team of the Year awards. And here are the finalists for the Female Team of the Year.
Volleyball, Brentwood High School.
Centennial High School, girls basketball. Go Cubs!
Ravenwood High School, girls cross country.
They didn't tell me who's coming up to get the award. Jeremy, we got it? Are you sure? Jeremy says we got it. We're good. And the WILLCO for the Female Team of the Year goes to Brentwood Volleyball. One more round of applause for the Team of the Year. And now to the men. Here are the finalists for Male Team of the Year.
Independence High School, football.
Brentwood High School, boys basketball. Good job.
Independence High School, men's basketball.
And the WILLCO for Male Team of the Year goes to Independence Basketball. And one more round of applause for the Independence men's basketball team.
And now, as you all know, an athlete cannot be without the student part. That's heavily emphasized at all levels. The athletes of the WCS Sports Conference are student athletes, and what happens in the classroom is just as important, maybe more so than what happens on the court, the field of play. The following is a snapshot into the portfolio of the WCS Sports Conference Student Athlete of the Year. Now, the athlete scored a 35 composite score on the ACT while maintaining a 4.668 GPA and will have completed 14 AP classes by the time they graduate. Pretty heavy stuff, I'd say. Major achievements for 2016 include Elite Scholars Diploma Path Scholars Student, President's Award for Leadership, Page High Blue Crew Freshman Mentoring Program Board Member, National Honor Society Vice President, Mu Alpha Theta Honor Society Vice President, Model United Nations Delegate, Fellowship of Christian Athletes Vice President, I'm not done yet, President's Scholar Award, participated in the Smiles for Kids Club United Way. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2017 Student Athlete WILLCO winner is Emma Sanders, Page High School. Now, the WCS Sports Conference has to have somebody to take care of all the 4,700 student athletes. Did you guys realize there were that many? 4,700. At this time, I'd like to recognize all the athletic trainers that work with all of these great athletes. Please stand when I call your name. They'll be out here in the audience somewhere. Eric Owens of Brentwood. Alexis Board of Franklin. Brandy Magnum of Independence. Meg Stockham of Summit. Keely Burnham of Central. Brittany Hillier of Ravenwood. Pardon me if I mispronounce this. Leanne Sleet of Page High School. I probably did mispronounce it. Look, I'm a Georgia graduate, okay? Amanda Drury of Fairview. Jay Moore, Head of Trainers, Nolensville. And this year's WILLCO for Athletic Trainer of the Year goes to Meg Stockham of Summit High School. I don't know if she's coming up, but okay, all right, she's not here, I'm told. Now, at this time, it is my pleasure. I'm sorry, she is here? Oh. How about a nice, here she is. All right. Meg, you were back there hiding. That's no fair. Or either you were in the restroom, I don't know which. No. Congratulations. At this time, it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Dr. Matt Harris of Berry Farms Chiropractic to present the WCS Sports Conference Courage Award winner. Here he is.
Thank you. You can go ahead and start it. It's a courage award. I promise I'm not in charge of video tonight. This is called dead space, okay? Quiet time, painfully awkward.
Have you got a couple of chiropractic moves you can show us?
Are you volunteering? All right, here we go.
State tournament my nephew's junior year of high school. My oldest nephew, Franklin Garston, he's wrestling for NBA. He got third in the state that year, and I remember Hunter was sitting to my left. I was in the middle, my brother was to my right. And when Franklin placed third in the state that year, won that match, I think Hunter saw how excited I was. And at that moment leaned over to me and said, "Dad, I think I'm maybe going to wrestle next year."
Hunter joined the wrestling team his freshman year. It was, I think, probably a month into the season. We had a tournament at Independence High School. And I had a conversation with his dad, and I really started to get to know the family at that point. You know, honestly, next tournament that we had was the Huntsville tournament. We went down to Huntsville, and Hunter was wrestling in the JV tournament.
I remember he packed his bag for the next day, and I still remember him getting out the car with his bag that morning because I was so worried about where he was going to put his stuff, and that's kind of the last memory I have of him walking. I'm sorry.
And 22.9 seconds into the first period, this injury happened. And it happened not 5 feet from where I was standing there with the camera. And there wasn't anything unusual about it. And then the referee called the pin, and his opponent got off of him. And I remember, when I watched the video later, the first thing you see Hunter do is raise his head, and he looked to his legs.
I got a text about 1 o'clock that something was wrong, and then I got a phone call from his dad, and he told me that they were in an ambulance and that he had hurt his neck somehow, and that he was saying he couldn't move his legs.
Asking the doctor, "Well, what do you mean? Are you saying my son's not going to walk again?" He said, "I'm saying that the chances of your son walking again are slim to none." Hunter was so calm about the whole thing. There was no panic. There was no fear in his eyes. It just a complete calm washed over him.
And I told Hunter, as long as he's fighting, I'm fighting. And I think sometimes he says, you get even more upset than me. He's like, I'm sorry, I hate to see you upset. And he says, this is just part of this world, things I have to deal with. Which I think is so brave and mature that he's come to that point and acceptance that he can say those things to me.
The difficult thing for me as a dad was trying to watch Hunter process this, because I didn't know what it was like for him. I couldn't tell him anything that was going to make him feel better. I couldn't fix it. And so I wanted to be outspoken about the sport. And here's a dad, his son has suffered this catastrophic injury, and coincidentally Dad was also a wrestler, and I wanted to tell all of the parents in this gymnasium, don't be afraid of this sport. This sport is doing things for your child. You may not realize it now, you may not realize it in 5 years. You realize it eventually. And I also want to tell these wrestlers, don't be afraid of this sport. It's going to, if it does for you what it did for me, it's going to shape your life.
I remember that very first night that it happened, and the doctors immediately saying all these things Hunter probably wasn't going to be able to ever do again. And seeing what he is able to do now is so inspirational. The amount of limitations they thought he was going to have in his life, he shattered those. He's He's gone way past those, and he keeps trending up, which is phenomenal to be a part of. I mean, he has bettered himself. He has grown just like any high school student is supposed to. He's on track to graduate. He's going to graduate here in a couple weeks. He's going to go on to college. He lives an independent life. He does so many amazing things. I'm just so incredibly proud of him.
He has worked so hard to be independent. He could have given up from day one. He could be in a power chair. He could not be driving. Someone could still be feeding him and dressing him, but he made the decision early on, I do not want to be a burden on my family. And he still, I saw his bucket list he had written here for a senior project, and they were so unselfish. The things he had written, to be able to have a good job, to pay his family back, and to do things for the community and help people like he had been helped. And so it was just so touching to me that he feels like he owes people something when he's bared the biggest burden.
I've asked myself so many times, you know, how in the world could I do what that kid has done? Despite the trials and tribulations. I asked him one time, how is it you get up and do what you do day in and day out? He's like, well, it's just what I'm supposed to do. And I said, no, you're not doing that because that's what you're supposed to do. But you get up every day and continue to press forward. That's not something you're doing just because you feel like you got to do it. No, that is determination, that's motivation, that's mental toughness.
That is courage. Hunter's dad told him that the mental toughness and skills that he learned as a wrestler would help him to win his greatest battle. The Courage Award is designed to recognize an inner strength in someone that overcomes great adversity. This is important because each of us will face our own seasons of difficulty, hardship, and even pain. But it is special people like Hunter that inspire us to overcome our own challenges. Hunter's story stirs our emotions because we see that inner strength in Hunter that we know deep down inside exists in each and every one of us. It is for this reason that your 2017 WILLCO Courage Award winner is from Independence High School in Franklin, Tennessee, Mr. Hunter Garston.
What a story. What an inspiration. What a night. Wow. It's been sounding like cattle been going down there all night, hasn't it? Next award is the Mayor Builders Sportsmanship Award. Please, a round of applause for John Mayer as he joins us on stage. John? This award is given to a WCS Sports Conference athlete who has been the ultimate teammate, professional advocate for the school on and off the floor, and has not received an athletic scholarship. This is their story as written by their coach. As a linebackers coach and defensive coordinator, I have seen this young man grow from a young freshman to an exceptional leader through his senior season. His growth as a football player, and more importantly, as a person, has been tremendous to watch. He was a 3-year starter for us. As a sophomore, it was clear from the beginning he was a special young man. As we all know, a player's sophomore season can be pretty rough. There is a learning curve that has to be overcome. The speed of the game can be a shock to some young players in this case, but from the beginning, he took all of this in stride. He always kept his head into what he was doing, remained focused and coachable. Even when the coaching became hard, he took it in stride, grew from it, and led by example. As a junior and senior, we placed a great deal of responsibility on this linebacker's shoulders. We had no doubt that he could handle it. As our middle linebacker, he was our signal caller and our adjuster. His leadership proved to be invaluable to our team's success in 2015 as he helped lead our team to a state championship and for himself a state championship defensive MVP. In 2016, he earned all state honors as a senior. His leadership proved invaluable once again as he helped our program reach another championship appearance. Although we came up short this past season, he continued to show his leadership and compassion for his teammates and coaches both on and off the field. There has been no doubt about this player's passion for the game. Perhaps most importantly, there has been no doubt about his love for his teammates and coaches. In many cases, he was a coach on the field. He was constantly throughout his high school career helping his teammates, whether it was repeating instructions for the younger guys or constantly providing encouragement even to those he was competing with and against. This showed tremendous generosity and leadership that can only come from a love for his teammates. This young man has also been a leader off the field, being involved in our team-led FCA meetings. He has shown that he very much cared about his teammates' spiritual growth as well. This generosity of love and compassion for others embodies the sportsmanship we want to see in all of our players. He always treated his teammates, coaches, and opponents with a tremendous amount of respect, fairness, and love, even when the times were tough. In the face of adversity, he was always a player that his teammates and coaches could count on to help pull everybody together. It is for these reasons that I would like to recommend Hunter Dupree for the WILLCO Sportsmanship Award. Those wonderful words were written by Lance White, defensive coordinator, assistant football coach of Independence High School. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the John Mayer Builder Sportsmanship Award, a $5,000 scholarship, is Hunter Dupree of Independence High School. Please welcome now to the stage the man who is responsible for all of this, Jeremy Quarles, Athletic Director of the WCS Sports Conference. Here's Jeremy.
Thank you so much. I want to take care of a glitch we had in the first part of the show. I need the girls cross-country finalists. Please come up on stage, all three of you. Give these ladies a round of applause. And while they're coming up here, boys, cross-country as well. Give these finalists one more round of applause. I want to take this time to recognize the true talent behind tonight and behind everything that we do, whether it be WCS Game Day, whether it be the WILLCOs, anything that has to do with anything audiovisual. And these folks are the media classes, the students that make those classes up, and the teachers. If you would, if you're in the audience, please stand up when I call your name. Ronnie Adcock, media teacher at Brentwood. Dawn Merrick, Centennial High School. Bob King, media teacher at Fairview. Carrie Thompson, Franklin High School. Matt Balzer, who was responsible for this fantastic Courage Awards package, Independence High School. Terry Flowers, who's out in the truck right now. He's been working hard all day, Page High School. Shane Shoemake, also in the truck, been working hard for the last month, Ravenwood High School. Patrick Nichols, Summit High School. And Brian Bass of Nolensville High School. Give all those media teachers a round of applause. With that, I asked those teachers to please nominate some of those students that are above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to the media program, specifically when it comes to the sports program. So I have 5 finalists for the Media Student of the Year. If you'll join me on stage when I call your name, please. Ryan Tyler of Brentwood High School. James Robertson, Independence High School. Mac Morey, Page High School. Cam Wilson, Ravenwood High School. Kobe DeSalle, Summit High School. In the words of the teachers, these 5 have gone above and beyond on producing, editing, shooting, directing, anything that has to go with this, the pre-production of any kind of WILLCO's event, the WCS Game Day. They make us look real good. Round of applause for our 5 finalists. The WCS Sports Conference Media Student of the Year goes to Cam Wilson, Ravenwood High School. I do want to say before we get down to business on the thank yous, there are a bunch, and I ask that you please be patient with me. I do want to mention that the Brentwood High School baseball team won today in the opening round 4-0, and the Page soccer team won 1-0, so we're moving on into team competitions. We have so many people that makes tonight and the game days and a lot of other things that we do at the district level possible. First and foremost, I want to recognize our title sponsor of the night, Walker Chevrolet. This tonight, complete from start to finish, is because of Walker Chevrolet. Peter Flourney and Brock Daly. Please give those people a round of applause. Also, some important folks sitting up there with us tonight, the Education Foundation. We have Stacy Watson, Susan Watson, Rick Wimberly, Barry Allen, Janine Moore, Stites and Herbison, Franklin Synergy, Landmark Bank, TBH Global Asset Management, Hale and Hale, Susan and Bob Graham, family of Elena Bell, and BMC Metals all make up the Education Foundation. Those folks made it possible for Coach Fulmer to be with us tonight. Please give those folks a round of applause. My good friends John and Bob Woodbury at Copy Solutions. Any paper goods that we have tonight, your programs, the invitations, everything down there, great detail people. Thank you for them. John Mayer Builders for the award that he gives, the $5,000 scholarship. One of my best friends has been with us since day one, Dr. Matt Harris, Berry Farms Chiropractic. He takes care of all the Courage Award winners tonight. Thank you for Dr. Matt Harris. Spring Tree Media and their crew taking care of the audio-visual in the back. Thank you so much for those folks. Adidas, Matthews Team Sports, what they do for our athletes day in and day out, the swag bags, the T-shirts, the shoes, everything they did for the finalists tonight, thank you so much. Mark Parrish in the MTSU Middle Tennessee Media Arts Program. Unbelievable what they've done tonight. They've taken care of the stream, everything that you've seen on the screen tonight. Please give those guys a large round of applause. I want to thank some special guests with us tonight. John Robinson, GM of the Titans, thank you so much for coming. Vince Neal, one of his guests. Motley Crue, sitting up in the VIP section tonight. I want to thank Dr. Mike Looney. Dr. Looney helped me cast a vision 3 years ago when I took this job. Blank slate, go for it. It's the best words I've ever heard in any job that I've taken. Thank you, Dr. Looney, for believing in me, believing in this athletics program, these coaches, and everybody involved. Dr. Charles Farmer, central office staff, and the entire WCS Board of Education. Please give all of those board members a round of applause as well. Our principals, can't escape you guys. Thank you so much for helping our athletes, supporting our coaches, supporting anything that we do. If you'll stand up when I call your name, please do. Kevin Kydell, Brentwood High School. I'm sure he's at the baseball game. Dr. Lee Webb, Centennial High School. Julie Oyer, Fairview High School. Willie Dickerson, Franklin High School. Nikki Patton, Independence High School. Bill Harlan, Nolensville High School. Shane Pantal, Page High School. Pam Vaden, Ravenwood High School. And Sarah Lamb, Summit High School. Thank you so much to them. I have a very special thank you. Warren Riker, Summit Graphic Design Club. Any designs that you see tonight, the WILLCO logos, anything that you see was created out of this classroom and his students and his expertise. Please give him a round of applause. Darren Joins, Franklin Marketing class, provided our models up here, the workers behind the scenes. Thank you to Darren Joins and Franklin High School Marketing class. How about the talent that made the people at the set look really good? Anna Glenn Grove and Sierra Bailey. What a remarkable job those two ladies did tonight. Carrie Goodwin, Tate Matthews, Darren Joins on the set at the red carpet. What about those guys? Give them a round of applause. Dr. Deb Enright's been backstage with me, helping me. She's been with me since day one, helping me with this whole process, introducing me to people. Please give her a warm round of applause. Parents of athletes, give your parents a round of applause for all that they do. Last but not least, thank you to my wife, who gives me the opportunity to come out and support and cheer you on every night and drags our poor 3 kids up to Williamson County with us, and they are your biggest fans. You may not know it, but thank you so much, Meredith, for everything that you do for me. Last but not least, my assistant athletic director. Many of you may not know that I have an assistant athletic director, but he knows you very, very well, athletes, teams, coaches. My assistant athletic director is my 9-year-old son, Major. He's got a few words about contract renewals for a few choice folks in this room. I want to share that with you. Coach Blade, 29 wins is really good. 30 is better. In a row. He wants to meet with you on your contract renewal. Coach Campbell, still got work to do. I said, why is that? Well, she's won 12. Toes and fingers count up to 20, so she's still got work to do. Okay, all right. Chantel Fly, Malia Robertson, Centennial Lady Cougars. Nothing short of state. I've got my eyes on you next year. Coach Hester, who cares if they're underclassmen? You better be in the playoffs next year. Coach Kirby, I'm going to have to go to Coach Kirby's camp to really check on them. I'm going to have to talk to him. This is all a joke. You're supposed to be laughing during this. Coach Glass. This is a 9-year-old, by the way, speaking, not me. So I said, you know what, Major? Man, I got some bad news. Coach Glass is leaving us. He sat there real quiet for a minute. And I said, you all right? Coach Glass is a buddy of his, right? He said, yeah. He said, he's leaving? Where's he going? I said, he's got a great job opportunity to be an administrator. He ain't leaving. He's fired. So, Coach Glass, you're out, buddy. Thank you to all those people. I'd just like to have fun with those folks. My son, Major, even though you may not know him or see him, a lot of you interact with him, you'll never know the impact you have on people younger than you. They're always watching. You are great role models, and you're in this building for a reason tonight. So congratulations, and thank you to each and every one of you athletes. So none of this tonight would be done without our partners and sponsors, and there's some awards I want to give to those folks that have been very special to us tonight. The first one that we're going to give out is long overdue, been with us since day one, and he's a reason that every one of you look fantastic tonight. And the first sponsor of the year I want to give out tonight is John Street and Street Tuxedo. John Street. We usually just give one, but I couldn't do that this year. I got to give more than one. Our second one was introduced to me by a mutual friend, and I was just supposed to meet with him for about 30 minutes. It turned into about 3 hours, about 5 or 6 man hugs, chest bumps. I mean, it was unbelievable. I'm hoping this stage doesn't fall down when he comes up here. But what he has done since day one of him opening his business, without question, I am overly grateful for what he has done. Provided food, without question. Hosted the reception last night. He's got food for us tonight in the back. Our second award winner tonight for sports conference partner of the year goes to Mark Cross, Buffalo Wings and Rings. Give these two guys a round of applause. Last folks I want to recognize, please stand up. These folks are very important to the process of what we did tonight, what we do every day in the buildings with these athletes, whether they're coaching or doing their AD administrative duties. Ronnie Siegenthaler, Brentwood High School Athletic Director. Tony Hill, Centennial High School Athletic Director. Ricky Jones, Fairview High School Athletic Director. Jay Johnson, Franklin High School Athletic Director. Will Hester, Nolensville High School Athletic Director. Charles Rathbone, Page High School Athletic Director. Danny Bourne, Ravenwood High School Athletic Director. Chad Kirby, Summit High School Athletic Director. And last but not least, you're fired, Greg Glass, Independence High School Athletic Director. So these two fabulous awards I got to my right here are our last awards of the night before we have our guest speaker. It is our Director's Cup. We have 2 divisions. Division 1, Brentwood, Centennial, Franklin, Independence, Ravenwood, Summit. We have a point total on where the teams finish throughout the year. And at the end of the year, the highest point total wins. This year's Division 1 Director's Cup goes to the Brentwood Bruins. Please come up. Please give Brentwood High School a round of applause. Once again, Division I Directors Cup, Brentwood High School. The Division II group grew by a school this year, Fairview, Page, and Nolensville. And the winner of the Division II Directors Cup goes to Page High School. Page High School, Director Cup winner. Please welcome back to the stage our friend, the MC, Hope Hines.
That's a lot of people to have to get through there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to a very, very special part of the program tonight, and that is I am going to introduce to you your speaker. Now, I consider myself somewhat an expert on this person. After all, I covered him for the better part of 2 decades, so everything I'm about to tell you is absolutely true. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening's speaker is one of the most popular and revered coaches that ever walked the sidelines of a college football stadium. Born in Winchester, Tennessee, he became an offensive lineman, earning all Southeastern Conference honors, playing for the Tennessee Vols under head coaches Doug Dickey and Bill Battle. Beginning in 1980, he was 13 years of all assistant coach, first as an offensive line coach and as an offensive coordinator. He became Tennessee's head coach midway through the 1992 season, led the Vols to college football's promised land when his 1998 team defeated Florida State in the first ever BCS national championship game. Praised by many national analysts as one of the nation's top head coach recruiters, he completed his head coaching career at Tennessee with a record of 125 wins, 52 losses. He's a former president of the American Football Coaches Association. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2012. He currently is in private business in Knoxville, and he does an awful lot of work since the very beginning of the Jason Foundation, which is the prevention of teenage suicide. He has a big, big heart for young people, of course, being a coach all of those years and being involved in trying to prevent young people, or anybody for that matter, from that age from taking their own lives. He's a proud, proud grandfather. I think he told me he has 7 grandchildren. So he is a busy, busy man. And I just understand, and of course you hear him on Saturdays here on 104.5 with Doug Matthews, and they do their college football show. It's one of the best in the country, I can promise you that. And I understand he's about to undertake a bike ride across the country. Now that's not just a 2-wheel, you pedal it kind of bike. We're talking about a Harley or whatever it is he rides. And so he is going to go with some of his former teammates, and they're going to have a great, great time. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big Williamson County welcome for Philip Fulmer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm honored. I'm really, truly honored to be here tonight. They just told me that I was going to be here, so I appreciate that. I'm Phil Fulmer. I'm the network manager for Williamson County Schools. A lot of you know me. When they said I was going to be the keynote speaker, I was like, wow, what a great honor. Really wasn't prepared for this, but you know what? I'm going to wing it. So I've been with WCS for 22 years now, and I'm supposed to be here. Oh, Coach Fulmer? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought when they said Williamson County Schools and Phil Fulmer that they meant me.
I don't think so.
Well, Coach, do you know what technology and sports banquets have in common?
No.
Absolutely nothing. That's why I'm glad you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, the real Coach Phil Fulmer.
Thank you. Well, I first want to say thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing evening. You've covered it all with Hunter, and to see your response to Hunter and his family and his coaches, very impressive. You've covered the academic, you've honored your coaches, parents, sponsors, obviously, all the sports. Just a very impressive evening, till we got down to Jeremy. And I should say the board members, I enjoyed meeting them as well. Jeremy kind of got on the coaches a little bit. I think he challenged them a little bit, and I know it was in jest, and they're good friends, but in my world, if a coach goes, usually the athletic director goes too. So he probably should think about that. And my good friend from Alabama, from earlier, and I love youthful enthusiasm, I really do, and as Hope says, I have a heart for kids and that sort of thing, but I was 11-5 against Alabama, so I'm not too worried about those guys. I hope we can continue to celebrate the best of the best. To have a chance to be on this stage is an honor. For all the athletes and folks that have been honored and here tonight, it's something that you'll remember and take with you for a long time. Your hard work, your dedication, the physical and the mental toughness, the sacrifice, the getting back up when you're knocked down, the coming back when you have to and nobody really expected you to, and doing my job for the team is something that is in sports, but it will stay with you all of your life. I love coaching. I miss aspects of it every day. A lot of it I don't miss. But, I had to make a big boy decision, to do something that I thought was important after 40 years of coaching, and that was to maybe play with my children and grandchildren rather than somebody else's. And as Hope alluded to. I've enjoyed that very, very much. I tell everybody I am now the assistant to the assistant that is the assistant on a Pee Wee baseball team, and I enjoy that very, very much. My son-in-law is the head coach, and I tell him kind of, you make out the lineup, you talk to the parents, make sure the games are ready, and I'll coach them up, and we'll have both be happy. Since I've been out of coaching, I've been maybe around a lot more, a little bit more for sure than I would at home. And my wife, Vicki, after a couple months of being around more, I think she kind of felt like I was getting into her area a little bit too much. And I was trying to figure out who was in charge of what, and I've really kind of figured out fairly quickly that at this point I wasn't in charge of anything. And she sat down and we had a chat, and she said, look, I'm going to put you on the 7, 8, and 4 rule. I said, what would that be, honey? And she said, you got to be up by 7, out of the house at 8, and don't come back till 4. So being out of coaching has certainly been interesting. I did CBS for a couple of years. That was fun to do. I basically did that while Kiffin was in town, and so I could be out of town. It was fun. These guys are so young they don't even remember Kiffin. So I went on a USO tour. I know there's some folks here that have bent part of the military at one time or another to the Middle East, and it really touched me. I had a lot of young men that went on and went to the military, and some made it a career, and I've always respected them. I didn't serve myself, but respected the military. And we were in the war zones. We were in 7 bases in 5 days, basically there in the Middle East. R.C. Slocum, who went into the Hall of Fame with me at the same time, we're great friends, and so we were sharing a lot of good time with soldiers. And there's a message from that, a couple of messages from that I got. And when you talk to the leadership at those bases in these war zones, and they're not in areas that they're absolutely welcome to be in, but the leaders, just like the leaders in your schools and your system and your superintendent does on a day-to-day basis, they have an approach that they have to take. And these are our tools, this is our goal, and this is our timeline. And every day they operate in that fashion. And then I had a chance to visit with a lot of the guardsmen that were over there fighting for our freedoms. And, they're citizens like us, and most of the leadership of the camps are military academy graduates or lifers. And the guardsmen are more like us, and not quite wound as tight, I would say. And then I had a chance to visit with the young people that had chosen to go to the military, about the age of the young people that I would have been coaching, male and female. And I was so impressed at their dedication to what their job was there to protect our freedoms. Really a great experience for me. We were on one particular base in this war zone, and there's no straight roads because they don't want you to get a running start at anything. There's 5 entrances, this mile-square walled base, 5 entrances we could have gone into. We went into this one particular one, and as we approach this checkpoint, we stop, and 5 Marines come out with their fingers on the safety, and it's serious business. They asked us to get out of the van, and we gave them our passports and got out, and they're checking the van, have the dog there and everything for explosive and all. And this big, tall Marine is standing next to me, and I said, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit, I said, son, where are you from? And the first time he'd smiled, he's about 6'4" and 230 pounds, and I'm thinking to myself, my goodness, what a great tight end he would have made, But he's, handsome. He looks like he's 15 to me, But the first time, when I said, son, where are you from? First time he'd smiled, he said, Coach, I'm from Winchester, Tennessee. 2 miles from my hometown is where he lived. That's how small our world has gotten. 6,000 miles from home. I bump into a Marine that lived 2 miles from my home. And that's what we have to realize as young people, as coaches, as administrators, that we're all bound together in this world, and we need to be able to get along together. Coaching and playing teaches you that. The experiences that you have had in high school as you've grown up and will continue to grow up will stay with you for the rest of your life. Coaching can have some humbling moments from time to time, as playing can. I live in Maryville, Tennessee, when I was coaching, and still do, and kind of out in the country, and I have this favorite little service station that I would stop at that still at that particular time, and I can remember it was 1997, this guy came out to help to pump the gas while I went in to get my coffee. And these were my guys. They were absolutely my guys. Win or lose, they're Philip Fulmer guys. But this gentleman I didn't know, and he obviously didn't know me. So he comes out and pumping the gas. I get my paper and news and coffee, and I'm back at the car ready to go. And he's finishing up. He sees my ring. He said, "Oh, you follow the Vols?" I said, "Yes, sir. I follow them pretty close, matter of fact." And we had just lost a really tough game the day before, and I'm going to preface this. We went on and won the Southeastern Conference Championship that year. But we had just lost a really tough game, and he said, "Well, what'd you think of the game yesterday?" Like, I really want to have this conversation, And I said, "Well, we didn't tackle well, we didn't play the kicking game very well," whatever I said. He said, "Well, I tell you what I think. Like, I really want to know this, okay? Until they get rid of that Fulmer guy over there, they're never going to have a football team." So there's humbling times that come up. My wife, Vicki, was an incredible coach's wife, a great wife, period. And we were getting ready to play the Alabama team in 1994. And I knew, I'd been watching tape for a couple of days, Sunday and Monday. Actually, probably the last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, preparing for Alabama. And Vicki comes in to see me on a Tuesday and says that, and it wasn't one of those things, and the guys will understand this, it wasn't really asking. It was more like telling me all the reasons why we should do this. But she's got a couple of friends coming in from Florida, where she was from, that are coming to the game in Alabama, and she wants to have dinner with them after the game. And she reminded me that we were open the next day, and that we didn't have to go back for my television show, open the next week, and all the reasons why we could stay. So now remember, I'd watched this tape for 4 or 5 days. I knew we were the better team, and we were going to beat Alabama. I felt that in my heart, and I said, "Honey, yeah, we'll do that. We'll absolutely stay over with your friends." Well, fast forward to the game. There's 4 minutes left. We're 16 points up. This is before overtime. They put a young man named Palmer at quarterback, and zip, zip, zip down the field they go, and they score a touchdown. We didn't make very good adjustments. They score the 2-point conversion. They kick off to us. We go 3 and out. They use their timeouts well. We punt the ball, zip, zip, zip down the field with no time on the clock. Palmer scores. They're allowed to go ahead and get the 2-point conversion. They make the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, in 4 minutes, we're tied. If you're worth your salt as a defense, I'm going to stand here getting mad about it all over again. If you're worth your salt, somebody doesn't score 16 points on you in 4 minutes. So I knew exactly what happened. It wasn't the kid's fault. It was our fault. We didn't communicate very well. So we go back to the locker room. I was great with the kids because I knew they tried their hearts out, and we had to play again the next week. I took a couple coaches back in a broom closet and had a little bit of a conversation just for sure that I knew what I was talking about. Was terrible with the media, which I never was. Then I walk out in the bowels of that stadium, and I see Vicki and these people that I don't even know, and I got to spend the night with them, spend the evening with them. So I'm not very good company. I'm still not proud of that, and I'm still paying for it. Actually, every now and then it'll come up. So the next morning, we have our dinner. The next morning, Vicki wants breakfast. I said, "Honey, I'm not going to that restaurant and send anybody dressed in orange and white. Let's get in the car. I want to get home, and I want to watch the tape and get on with our business." Well, the worst thing I could do, I picked up a newspaper. I read it, so I get mad all over again. Vicki's driving, And I guess I must have snapped at Vicki a time or two. And she pulled the car over on the side of the road. And she said, let me tell you something. Everybody in the state of Tennessee hates you today except for me. And you're about to lose me. True story. But isn't that what we do sometimes? The people that we absolutely know care the very most about what we are doing, and they're behind us. And I'm going to go lock myself in a film room somewhere for the next 3 days, return the calls I want to return. She's got to take the kids to school, got to go to the grocery store. My friends aren't going to call me, they're going to call her. What the heck happened to you guys? You know, and oftentimes we blame people that care the very most about what we're doing. And I think we have to be guarded against that. Next year will be the 20th year of our national championship. I'm really excited about celebrating that with my players, and we're already talking about some of the things that we're doing. But also next year for me, and I'm only talking about me to make sure that you can relate it maybe to you and where you are as a student right now in high school. Next year, we'll also celebrate our 50th anniversary of a state baseball championship team and a great football team that 9 guys went on to the Southeastern Conference and played off of. And I'm going to just be honest with you. As I stand here right here today, the national championship was really great and wonderful, but my experience and my friends that we have from high school are just as important and so dear to me that I hope that you are able to have the same kind of relationships as you come on this stage and as you go forward to celebrate those amazing time in your lives and that you're having. Not just that you always have to win the championship or always have to win the game. Oftentimes, the tough years that you have are the ones that you learn the most from. Everybody would think the 1998 National Championship team would be my favorite team. And it's certainly special. It's one of my favorites. I love all those kids, and I can't wait to celebrate with them. As I look back, we could have probably won the national championship. Well, I'll say this. If we had the playoff then that we have now in 95, 97, 99, and 01, those teams would have all been in the Final Four to play for the national championship. So those are great football teams. They were really, really special teams, but they're not my favorite team either. As I look back, my favorite team is the 1994 team. We had a quarterback named Heath Schuler who decided to go pro football, to pro football early. You know, he played great in 93. We had an unbelievable offense. That offense in 93 still holds a lot of the records at Tennessee. Because we were so bad on defense, we tried to score every play. Not every series, but every play in 1993. You know, we got better on defense and as the year went on, but that was a great year in 93. Heath decided to go to pro football. He had 19 million good reasons to go to pro football. I got that. But we had a young man named Jerry Colquitt coming back as our quarterback that was from Oak Ridge, Tennessee, 6'4", 215 pounds, smart as whiz, had a cannon for an arm, smart guy that everybody rallied around after Heath left. And it was really close for a while whether it was going to be Heath or Jerry the years before. And Jerry decided to stay, was loyal to us. He could have transferred, gone anywhere in the country, but he thought he was going to get this opportunity, and he did, to be our quarterback. We are opening the college football season on national television in the Rose Bowl versus UCLA on a Thursday night. Now, you don't think this young head football coach was excited about taking this team to the Rose Bowl? I was jacked, and our team prepared well. We had a great summer. As I said, they rallied around Jerry. We were a very good football team going into that game. They kick off to us. We make a first down. Second series, Jerry runs a little option play to the left, and he doesn't get up. So we got to go get him and get him to the sideline. He's not just done for the game or the season. He's done, he can never play football again. So we're on the sideline crying together, and I got to get back into the game. Todd Helton, who's a Hall of Fame first baseman from the Colorado Rockies, was our backup quarterback. Now, I had talked Todd into staying out for about 6 or 7 weeks of the season because we all knew his future was in baseball. And I had these couple young guys coming up, one of them being Peyton Manning. And I said, Todd, if you'll just stay out for about 6 or 7 weeks, I promise you, you won't get hit. Now, I could manage that in practice, and I didn't ever think he was going to be in a game. So now he's out there in the game, and they're trying to kill him. And he does great. He brings us back. We end up losing the game 26-24, but we were very, very respectful and could feel good about it. We go to Georgia the next week, ran the ball 73 times through 13 passes, just kicked the heck out of Georgia, and we actually completed a pass, which was really, really exciting. But we had some other injuries. Then we lost to Florida the next week, and then we go to Mississippi State, and Todd gets nicked. He's out. And all of a sudden, I'm playing with a freshman. We have 5 turnovers, and we lose to Mississippi State. So I'm the second-year head coach at Tennessee, and we are 1-3. Now, let me tell you, you do not want to be the head coach at Tennessee and be 1-3 at the beginning of the season. So I go see my mentor, my guy, my coach in college, Doug Dickey, who's the athletic director, who hired me to be the coach. So I know I'm going to get some support here, and I'm going to talk to him about our game coming up with Washington State and the rest of the year and all these injuries. And I tell him, Coach, I don't know if we're going to beat Washington State. Fact is, Coach, if we don't beat Washington State, I don't know if we'll win another game. Coach, if we don't win another game, are you still going to love me? He looked at me and he said, Philip, we're going to love you, but we're sure going to miss you. Now, I would say that would be a crossroads. And here's the point that I want to make to you young folks. Out of that very, very tough time that we were having as a football team, and I promise you, you've had them somewhere in your athletic career or your academic career, maybe at home, or maybe it's spiritual. Somewhere along the line, you've had a tough time. This team had the foundation, and it just needed a direction. So the first thing that we did as a staff is we sat down, and we could have blamed the injuries and schedule and all kinds of things, but we found 3 or 4 things that we could do better as a staff. It had nothing to do with the players. We can do these things, cut back here a little bit, whatever. And we went to the team that night, and you can imagine they were looking for guidance and leadership, and I said, okay, guys, who are you going to listen to? We have to do these 2 or 3 things better as staff. Are you going to listen to your mom and dad who thinks it's everybody's fault but yours? Or are you going to listen to the media who thinks we can't coach and you can't play? Or are you going to listen to us as a staff, and whatever number of these next 8 games we can go win, we win them because we're Tennessee? And as I look back at my career, that is my favorite football team. We won 7 of the next 8 ball games, including the bowl game. But more importantly than any of that, out of those ashes that we were in, and that really, really tough time that we were having, we were 45-5 from that point on, up into the 2000s. So those tough times that you have, if you've surrounded yourself with the right people, if you have built the right kind of foundation, if you listen to the voices of experience and guidance, just like you had to do as your coach or your teacher or your counselor or your superintendent, people that really made a difference in your life, perhaps some men and women in your life that are mature, that have mentored you along the way. If you have that right kind of foundation, those tough times are great opportunities for growth. I mentioned mentoring just a minute ago. I think we all have a chance to mentor. I saw the sign upstairs and signed one of them about being nice. I think that's a great statement for this county and you kids. Being nice, being a good mentor. Everybody is going to be looking up to you as an athlete or as a person. There's some little guy, little lady that's watching what you do. My mentoring experience, I've had a lot of them, but I want to share one with you. If you follow Tennessee football at all, you know of the Colquitt family. There was Craig, who was a pro player in a couple Super Bowls for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jimmy was an all-conference, and then down to my era, there was Dustin and Britton. Britton has caused most of this gray hair and my hair falling out, but he's doing really great now in life. But Dustin was the first one. Dustin comes along, and his dad played here, his uncle played here at Tennessee. It wasn't a hard recruiting job, and I didn't get to know Dustin really well. And so two-a-days start. He signed with us, and I know him, but I don't really know him to be a mentor. And we were first day of practice, and I'm over here with I'm going to say the real football players, the offensive and defensive linebackers and tackles, and the kickers are over here. No offense to any kickers, but the kickers and snappers and holders and punters and managers are over here on the other field, and I'm trying to get our team ready, for the season, but I can't help it out of the corner of my eye, and we don't have a punter. Out of the corner of my eye, Dustin is kicking one rocket after another, 60 yards long, 60 yards high, so impressive. First day, second day, third day. And the fourth day, we're going to have a scrimmage. And so I tell the staff, I said, I've been watching this for 4 days. We've got us a punter. I want the team to gain some confidence when we come to the kicking period of the scrimmage. I want you guys to get behind me, and I'm going to get a snapper and Dustin up there, and I'm going to let them watch the demonstrations that I've been seeing for all these 3 days. So we're at the fourth practice, come to that period. I call Dustin over, get the snapper up there. It's a perfect snap on the first kick, and he hits it dead right off the side of his foot. He's a freshman. He just got here. He's going to be all right in my mind. He said, Coach, I'm all right. I'm all right. So we get the second snap. He overcorrected, hooked his leg a little bit, and kicked it almost dead left. Now I can hear the coaches mumbling. I can hear the players mumbling. What's wrong with Coach? He's been watching something, he didn't really see. So the third kick, it's perfect snap again. He hits it kind of off the front of his foot. It actually goes end over end, hits on its nose, and rolls back to the snapper. And now they're all mumbling, I said, Dustin, what's the problem? So I take him over to the side, and he said, Coach, I get really nervous when you're around and I'm kicking. I said, Dustin, I'm going to be at all the games, man. We got to get past this. But we did, and as a mentoring lesson for us all, how hard would it have been for me to walk from that field over to the other field and hug this young man's neck, pat him on the rear and tell him how good he's doing and that I care about him. And if he has anything he needs to talk to, I'm there for him, and make him comfortable with where he is. And it's the same thing with us. We've got potential all around us, all the time, potential opportunities to be nice, to help somebody else be nice, okay, or to mentor a young person that's looking up to you. And I encourage you to do that. How many of you saw the movie The Blind Side? Yeah? Hey, I had the kid. He was coming to Tennessee. I just never thought about adopting him. That was a new recruiting technique on me. They got it, but it's a wonderful relationship, and I'm so glad and proud of all that Michael's been able to accomplish. And one of the things that goes through my mind every time I see that commercial or hear somebody talk about The Blind Side is it's the greatest desire. Our greatest desire is to accept and be accepted. And you have to work at that. You have to work at that to be a team. You have to work at that to be a couple. You have to work at that to be a family. It's not something that's easy to do. And all these lessons that we talked about a few minutes ago about coming back and mental toughness, they're all part of what you have a chance to enjoy and look forward to experiencing. A couple more things I would point out to you, and I have this almost everywhere I go, and I got asked tonight about my girls were on the sideline, and the older folks that followed Tennessee football would maybe remember that. That was a really special thing for my children. At 12, the ball boys, the coach's sons that were boys, could always be on the sideline at 12. And it was really neat for them. My wife, again, she didn't really ask this either, you know. My oldest daughter, Courtney, was turning 12, and she came to me and she said, you know, Courtney's going to be on the sideline. Honey, girls have never been, I'm not sexist or anything, but girls have never been on the sideline. You know, I mean, those are my little angels, and they're going to be down there, and those big guys are going to fly off the field, and they're going to hit them and hurt them, and I don't want that to happen, and they've got to really keep the ball dry, you know, and get it back to the official. And I just was thinking, what are they going to hear their dad say, you know, on the side? But you know what it turned out to be? It turned out to be the greatest thing that we ever did as a family, because now they understood better why Dad wasn't as home maybe as much as everybody else's dad. They understood better about the passion and the love that's on good teams and good programs, the culture that's built, the respect that's built. They're able to run through the tee and be on the sideline and win or lose, walk hand in hand to midfield and see the other coaches, and then proudly in the middle of the field take a knee to say a prayer of thanks. It's the best thing that we ever did as a family. So as often as we can share our experiences with each other, it's better for everybody along the way. I'll close with this. I had a wonderful career. I wouldn't trade my time at Tennessee as the head football coach for anything. And I've really enjoyed reconnecting with the university in a lot of ways. Here in the last year, been on the President's Council and those kinds of things. But as I look at going forward, you know, what's important to me, and I'll tell you how I got here, and maybe it'll help you somewhere along the line. When I left Tennessee, I was absolutely thinking that I might coach again. And I was really conflicted on what to do about that, and prayed about it. And I was kind of putting a staff together and went to the convention. It actually happened to be here at the Opryland Hotel. And I had 4 or 5 guys that I knew if I got the certain job, maybe I'd go to take them with me, or I was looking at pro football, all those things. And R.C. Slocum, my friend I was telling you about earlier, pulled me into a restaurant early one morning, hardly anybody there. And he asked the waitress for a change of $1 in pennies. And I kind of looked at R.C., and she certainly looked at him, but she brings back a roll of pennies from the cash register and gives it to R.C. He takes those pennies and spreads them out over the table, and he said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 58. So he takes 58 pennies off the table. He said, "Let's say you live to your 85. So he takes 15 pennies off the table on this, and by now I'm starting to get the picture. He said, "Let's say those last 5 years not going to be great anyway." So he takes those 5 more pennies off the table, and he says, "That's what you have left. And be sure that you count your pennies, but you also make your pennies count." God bless you, and thank you for having me tonight.
Coach Phil Fulmer, we are done talking, folks. What a great night. Thank you so much. Buffalo Wings and Rings back there. Do not leave without getting something to eat. There's plenty to eat. Thank you for coming.